Hi everyone, my name is Christina and I steward 3 little free libraries for children in memory of my father, Robert, and it is seriously one of the greatest joys of my life. Today I went to a book sale to get some secondhand finds for the libraries, which is really great, save the trees. And of course, because I'm really passionate about kids not getting hand, foot, and mouth, I have to clean them all. So I thought, why not pair that tedious task with a little bit of a story? I really thought this was an appropriate book to clean as I tell the story, because the story really has to do with how much my dad loved to read, and I really think that that was what contributed to him being the absolute kindest person I've ever known, and I'm sure everyone who knew him would say the same thing. And I've been really thinking about him and his kindness and his compassion a lot lately because the world has been pretty crazy. I don't think it's a stretch to say that. But I really think that the world would be a better place if we did read more, which I know also might seem like a stretch, but let me get into it. I think that a lot of hatred and division thrives when we're not able to put ourselves into the shoes of somebody else and we're not able to see their perspective. We keep making them an other instead of very much so our neighbor. And the best way to realize that everyone is our neighbor is through reading. Reading stories is putting yourselves in the shoes of every single character, protagonist, antagonist, whoever. And it really opens your worldview, which is why I think it's so important for kids to read. The adults we have today were kids. More kids read, especially books like these, or some of my favorites are The World Needs More Purple People, Odd Bird, sort of bird who doesn't fit in because of his feathers, and The Smallest Spot of a Dot, The Little Ways Were Different, The Big Ways Were the Same, which is about our genes and how similar we all really are. I mean, the list is pretty endless for how phenomenal the choices are for books teaching kindness and compassion to kids. My dad was a voracious reader. He was always reading, whether it was on his iPad or a physical book. He loved James Patterson, and I really believe that that was, a contributing factor to why he was the most wonderful person I've ever known, why everyone loved him. He was human sunshine, and I do think that if we all read more, we'd be able to put ourselves in the shoes of others, and adults are just big kids. This is another one of my favorites, by the way, just found it. Talks about emotions big and small for kids, which I think is really important. But to wrap up this very long story time, I think that we are all much more similar than we are different. I think that most people are good. I think that the world is a good place. And I think that if we read more and talked to each other more and helped our kids read more so that emotionally